Hey there, Libra. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 21st. We're going to jump right in here, Libra. You start off with this card that says the Defender, and you have this trapped card here, so we're going to have to see what's going on here. You have the Queen of Cups, the Page of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. I don't know, you could be setting yourself free. Eight of Wands is a quick conclusion, but Eight of Wands can also represent just quick movement in general. And I feel some of you are kind of like looking for new horizons, bright new horizons with that Page of Wands. Page of Wands, it has like a very strong thirst for adventure and excitement and enthusiasm. He's very enthusiastic. And it's kind of interesting because, we'll take three of these, why not? But it's kind of interesting because a lot of people have had him this week, the Page of Wands, I've noticed. And so it could just be one of those weeks where, people are looking for variety. You have the Seven of Cups, which, on a very simple level, the Seven of Cups can just say you are looking to have for new experiences in your life, Libra. You're just looking for, bigger and better things. So I kind of feel that for some of you. And again, I do feel it's kind of like impossible to be alive right now and to not have some desire for adventure. And, just because of the way the astrology is and everything, I feel like especially with Uranus and Jupiter and Taurus, I feel like those two are asking us to follow our heart more with the Queen of Cups. So if you're not following your heart, then you are not going in the right direction. And the Queen of Cups, she values her heart above everything else. And it doesn't matter what gender you are. I just think we're in a heart-based time where the universe is encouraging people to, do things that bring them joy, happiness, abundance, all those things. And, every single reading basically says this. And why? Because I think it's the most important thing that we can do right now. So that's what I'd be doing, to set yourself free. You have the Page of Wands. Again, Page of Wands is very adventurous. I do feel it could be time for you to go on some sort of adventure, or to be more adventurous, or to do things that excite you more. And, that's what I'd be doing with this energy, is kind of like doing things that excite you more, bring you more joy, happiness, and all this other stuff. I have a really random message popping into my head here, Libra, where it's like if you're getting some sort of certification, some sort of, whatever you call that, like certificate or something, especially for work or business, I feel like that's going to be extremely valuable for you just looking at this reading as well. It's like if you're, maybe you're getting your real estate license or, anything like that, I feel that could be very profitable for you. I don't know, it's popping into my head. You have the Eight of Wands, which is quick success. This is overthinking, this right here, going this way. So it's like, exactly what to do to change your life is what the Wheel of Fortune says. To the Magician, to the Judgment card, it's like you just have to answer the call. And so I feel like you know exactly what you need to do, but you could be kind of confusing yourself or finding yourself feeling confused. A lot of people have had similar messages, and with the retrogrades, it makes perfect sense. I also just feel that we are in a time, I believe, where there's a lot of this like empty space that exists, and so people might be feeling lack, but it's not really lack. It is an empty space that needs to be filled with our energy, our good ideas, our new ways of doing things, in life. And, I feel like you need to kind of like tap into some like new or different ways of doing things. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Hangman here. You're becoming enlightened to things here is what I would say. Even, we go Hangman, Nine of Wands, which is like, you're kind of like hesitating, wondering, have I learned everything I needed to learn to go on my journey? And then you have the Magician, which is like just doing it. So especially for those of you that are getting a certification or something like that, it's like you're ready. If you're thinking about going on a new adventure or starting something new, anything new, it looks really, really good. With the Page of Wands, you have the Death card. Everybody's reading has been about death, letting something go from the past. I've never seen the Judgment cards come up so much. Like almost every single person, I think, has had the Judgment card this week. So it definitely seems to me like a rebirth week or a transformation week at this time. Letting old things go, starting something new. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Strength card. This is like the words you use on yourself. Normally the Strength card, the lady is getting that lion to submit to her. That lion represents her inner voice, her inner beast, her inner critic. And she is getting that lion to submit to her, So in a lot of ways, I feel like you need to kind of make sure that you are getting something, that something is submitting to you. Basically with this energy, and you need to make sure that you're watching your words is where I was going with this. She she has to do this every single day. She has to, it's like her mind is a battleground, right? She has to constantly battle. It's not really a battle. We shouldn't say that, but you do have the Nine of Wands here. So it's like she is constantly on top of her thoughts, and she's making sure that she is focusing positively, which is this right here, the Magician. The Magician focuses in a positive direction, and therefore his life moves in a positive direction. Next, by the way, I don't know if I said this. I'm doing past, present, future, outcome. You have this fleeting card that says you're in a transition phase of your career. Can't make this stuff up. I was literally getting something about some sort of change or certification or whatever. If you're doing that, take advantage of it. If you have an opportunity to do it in your career, I would do it, or your job or your business or whatever, especially financial. I think it will. It's funny, there aren't like a lot of financial cards here, but I got on that page of Wands something about, kind of like going on an adventure, but more like getting a certification. The reason I say that as well is because he has this feather in his cap right here. And, like a feather in your cap is like some sort of, certification, being good at something, something like that. So I was kind of getting that here. You also have this gift card. It says, giving back to others or sharing your gifts. You have a key role in changing the world with your gifts and talents. Didn't we say this at the beginning of the reading? I'm pretty sure. So, definitely time to follow your heart. That's what the world needs more of right now. You have the High Priestess, the Nine of Wands, and the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely time for you to trust your intuition with the Wheel of Fortune. The High Priestess. The High Priestess is also tied to death. She has these pomegranates behind her here, and pomegranates are the fruit of the underworld. So, a lot of you could be going through a transition or a change in your life. The other interesting thing is that, in the underworld, there is the ferryman, right? And you have the ferryman right here on the Six of Swords. So putting it all together, you are clearly going through a transformation, and it's like you're being guided towards something. I do feel that the High Priestess, for whatever reason, is not just saying trust your intuition. I feel like she is saying that you need to trust like your guides, your ancestors, but also your personal feelings, but also what you are being guided to do at this time. It might be something, you might be tempted, or you might be being guided towards something that you've done before. The Nine of Wands says don't give up, and so if this is like like a business or something like that you've tried before, I feel like it'll be much more successful this time around. So, it's time to try it. Could also be love, but I don't think it's like a past person. It's probably a new person, and maybe you're just saying like, oh, I'm done with love, or whatever you're saying. And so I kind of feel this is saying there is a second chance coming in for you. I kind of get the vibes that this is kind of a second chance reading. Wheel of Fortune, something coming back around, Judgment card, something being reborn or rebirthed into your life. And, but I also feel that this is you seeing how to change your life. It's like, that there are certain actions you could take right now that would lead to a much more fulfilling life. I do feel a little bit of fear. We have 2 sevens here. 2 sevens to me is internal fears that don't exist. So, it can represent like fearing the change just in general. The other thing I would say is that you go to the Six of Swords here, which tells me that you're probably going to make the change. So I'm not too worried about it, but the Wheel of Fortune is your personal vision for your life. It is your destiny in the sense of it is how you see it, how you see your future life going. With the High Priestess, it is super important that you have a clear vision of where you're going. She has these 3 stages of the moon on her crown, and it represents the fact that she sees the beginning, middle, and end of every single situation before she gets into it, meaning she's not even using her intuition. She is using her powers of visualization to visualize what she wants. So, again, make sure you're visualizing positively. With the High Priestess, you have the Nine of Pentacles. All about skill. This whole entire reading. She has skills. On the Nine of Pentacles, normally the lady has grapes behind her, and grapes in the tarot represent having a specific skill. Grapes in the tarot represent something that is very difficult to grow. They represent something that requires special conditions as well. So it kind of suggests that you have a skill that could make you that could be very profitable, that could make you money, or that could make you very successful. With the Nine of Wands, you have the 2 Wands. 2 Wands is about taking the lead, and so I feel for some of you, it is time for you to like take the lead on new directions in your life or new things in your life. The 2 Wands is also about stepping outside of comfort zone, which, I don't know. I just think we're in a time where pretty much everyone has to step outside of comfort zone. So there you go. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the 3 of Wands. 3 of Wands card of expansion. Again, this could be part of the fear. It's like if we're doing something new, if we Wheel of Fortune, if we see an opportunity or something that could change the direction of our life, it's like you could be moving towards something bigger. but bigger things have more risk involved. So it's like, you could be worried about taking the risk, but really it's not a risk to open up to this new opportunity that could be coming in for you. Whatever area of your life it is, doesn't matter. Because again, I feel it's something that's going to cause expansion. Remember what I said, you might be fearing empty space, not really real fear, right? Next, in your future position, you have the self-care card. Yes, self-care is definitely important right now. You have this mullet over card, and you have this card that says, tell your friends your goals. There you go. So you have this self-care card. This is one of my favorite decks. I love this deck. It's manifesting your greatness, and it is awesome. I can't believe I've never used it. And I've just recently been going through it, and I love the messages on this card, on all that card, but also all the cards. Again, you have this mullet over card, and you have this tell your friends your goals. A lot of people say don't share your goals, but again, that's not true. In the book called The War of Art, yes, I said The War of Art. I did not say The Art of War. I know what I'm talking about. So I'm talking about The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. In that book, he actually says, if you have people who are positive, who support your goals and visions, it is actually proven to be better to share your goals if you have those people in your life. Obviously, if you have people that hate on everything you do, don't share your goals with those people. But if you have people who want to see you grow, expand, that have good ideas, if you share your goals with those people and they help elevate you, then you are more likely to be successful. So, again, I definitely feel it could be time for you, especially if you have positive people. And for those of you that say, I don't have positive people like that in my life, get new friends, right? Plain and simple. You have the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Magician. Too much thinking right here. This is too much overthinking, taking things too seriously. I'm actually just going to show you these two cards together because, again, I know exactly what this is. But Seven of Swords can be taking things too seriously. He literally has polka dots on his cloak. Polka dots in the tarot represent taking things too seriously, needing to lighten up, needing to not be so serious. And also, he also represents tactics and being tactical. Again, of course, everybody reads them as a liar, cheater, stealer. If that's what you're into, yeah, there could be a liar, cheater, stealer. You have the Magician here. Plain and simple, I don't even know why people talk about this stuff. Don't talk to them. Plain and simple. Avoid them. Block them. People always ask me, why don't you read about exes? I'm like, why do you tell the same story over and over and over and over again in your head for months on end? It's like, trust me, I get it if someone does you dirty, right? But you're just telling yourself the same freaking story. Why do you think I get comments from people that are like, oh, the last 20 people have cheated on me? I'm like, what? Exactly. Yes, they have. I bet they have, because what story are you telling yourself? Exactly. You answered the question yourself. I didn't even need to do it for you. So that's why I don't read about it. But again, here you go. If there's a liar, cheater, stealer, kick him to the curb, right? Get rid of him, plain and simple. But for the most part, the Seven of Swords, rant over, is a card of tactics. The Seven of Cups is being spoiled for choice, having too many options. He sees good things and bad things in those cups, but he needs to bring one of those cups down to earth. Those cups exist up here, above his head. They don't exist down here. So he needs to actually see, he is assuming, in a lot of ways, this is a card of assumptions, because he is assuming that things could go positively or negatively. He doesn't actually know. He is just imagining how things are going to go. So instead of just imagining how something is going to turn out, try it. See what happens. Could be a business, a relationship, a date that you go on, whatever. See what happens. You have the Magician. The Magician is manifesting something into your life. So I definitely feel, every single person for the past few weeks has had a lot of stuff about manifesting, accomplishing things, seeing good things come into their life and all this other stuff. So definitely seems to me like it could be a really great time for manifesting new opportunities, new things in life, pretty much all that. So it looks really, really good. Let's see. With the Seven of Cups, you have the Fool here. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. So I do feel that it could be a good time. It would be a good time for you to take like a leap of faith towards something new or something good in your life. And I would definitely do that here with the Fool card. I also feel that you could be a little bit over-prepared. The Fool, he has that tiny little sack on his back, and he's about to go through the entire major arcana. And it says that he has everything he needs right here, right between his two ears. So I kind of feel you might be a little over-prepared for a new journey. With the Seven of Swords, Chariot, the journey, you are going to be victorious. Like, this is a big change right here. Even the Six of Swords, I always say that this woman and the child, they have nothing but the clothing on their back. They are completely leaving their past behind. So for a lot of you, I feel there's like some sort of, that you could be leaving, your old life behind and completely starting a new life. With the Magician, you have the Moon, yeah, like not being sure exactly what to do. Nobody knows what they're doing. That's the secret to life. I say it all the time that, if you ask anyone successful if they knew what they were doing before they became successful, they would say, hell no, right? They just did it and they made mistakes and they fixed it along the way. You have this Storm card. It says cleansing. And you have this Air card. It says motion on it. The whole entire reading is about motion, moving forward, finding success in new places. So, it looks to me like this is a new life type of reading here. You have the Six of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Judgment card. Six of Swords is like moving on to calmer shores. So I do feel that you are heading towards improvements. Also, that guy back here, he is a ferryman. He kind of represents a guide, and he is a person who goes back and forth between the choppy waters. Again, if you are, like that card there says, share your goals with, tell your friends your goals. If you have a person who has done something that you want to do, I feel like this could be a clue that it is that person you should get advice from. Obviously, don't get advice from, some like random ass person who doesn't know what they're talking about. You have the Two of Pentacles, work hard, play hard. I would just say we're in a time of balance. You're a Libra. Literally, that's what you're good at. So, I would make sure that you are balancing things out. I would make sure that you are kind of correcting things that you need to be corrected. Balance is key right now. You have the Judgment card, waking up to your purpose, or it's like you're waking up to new opportunities, new ideas. I feel like you're waking up to new ways of supporting yourself as well, going this way. Because we have the Nine of Pentacles here. And the Nine of Pentacles is like pre-Empress energy. And so I feel, it doesn't matter what gender you are either. I feel you're just waking up to new ways of supporting yourself. I feel like there's a lot of excitement around support as well. You're feeling more supported. Maybe you're feeling like the universe is taking care of you or something like that. But this is a pretty big change reading. Again, it has been a week of big changes. Again, I think it's because of the retrogrades. Whenever we have retrogrades, we process information, we crunch the numbers from the past, and then, if we're smart, we make a change. That's the whole point of the retrogrades, right? With the Six of Swords, you have the Seven of Swords. You could be charging away from a liar, cheater, stealer. Again, the Seven of Swords is just about doing things differently. He is stealing those swords on the Seven of Swords and from an army in the background. So instead of going to war, he's stealing the swords. I feel doing things, looking for other ways of doing things is, comes up all the time. With the Two of Pentacles, you have the Five of Cups here. Again, Five of Cups can be sadness. It can be regrets over what you no longer have. But really, the guy on this card, he's crying over spilt wine. He's crying over something that he no longer enjoys. So I feel if you have something that you no longer enjoy, it's time to make a change. With the Two of Pentacles, Two of Pentacles says take the chance, pick the path in a new direction. With the Judgment card, you have the Eight of Wands. Yeah, definitely quick success coming in for you. I would definitely watch your words at this time, by the way, because you have all these cards that say watch your words, watch the things that you say about yourself, and all that other stuff. So I would keep it more positive. You have this Chain card. It says chain of events will affect your life. The whole entire reading is kind of like basically saying that you're following a certain path, and I feel like all these things are falling together. For some of you, I feel it's a little bit different. For some of you, I feel that you're seeing all the things. You're seeing all the past connections. So again, this retrograde could be good, this set of retrogrades, because it could be pointing out all these connections. You're making connections. When we make connections, we can move forward. And that's what's going on here. You have this April card, and you also have this dog barking. It says advice from a friend. The whole entire reading says get advice from a friend. You could have a friend that was born in the month of April. You could have made a new friend in the month of April, whatever it is. I feel like that's a clue. It could be a friend named April. Whatever it is, I feel, again, this whole entire reading, like several times here, it has said there's a person who knows a lot who could help you. You have this leg card. It says stepping into new experiences. Literally the only thing that I would be doing if I were you. Again, it's like this channel, it's like the past few months have been, I wouldn't say boring for me, but just like the messages are just step into a new experience, try something new. That's it. Like if everybody did that, you'd be like 10 times more successful. So literally I could probably get on every week and just do one video for everyone and be like, get out of the house, go experiment, go do something that you didn't do yesterday, do something differently today, try something new, meet a new person, right? And if I did that, and if you did that, if you took action on that, you wouldn't need tarot. You would be ridiculously successful. So go do it. And you have this Ram card. It says a stubborn, aggressive person. I would be careful. I kind of get like this barking energy. You have this dog barking here. It's like if you're blocking a person or whatever, there could be a person who's kind of, barking at this time. I would just ignore them. You have this May card and you have this spread. It says period of prosperity and abundance. If you have been working on something since the month of May, I see a lot of abundance coming in for you. And again, this could be like a certification, some sort of feather in your cap, as I said earlier, and it looks really good. You also have an extra card here. It says fly. It says a period of ill health and depression. I would just be careful. I would make sure just to take care of yourself. Again, you have that self-care card, so make sure to avoid that energy. But I like where this is going, Libra. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your month.